Okay. Well, now they're here, so
What
um
doing that? Hey
just to
girl.
address the elephant in the room,
Quinn's wearing a hat.
and Molly's having an amazing hair day. So,
Damn.
and we're gonna do a new thing where we break the news. It's called breaking news.
It's called Breaking News with
Three, two, Molly and
Molly and Quinn.
okay.
Cute. Okay, what was the thing that I was starting off with?
George
Okay,
Orwell.
the breaking news part is okay, well, actually, I have to give you some backstory because the backstory happened in 2009.
Right?
So, I did a lot of research. I took notes. So, in 2009, Amazon, okay, in 2009, Amazon found out that whoever the third party company that uploaded 1984 by George Orwell and Animal Farm by George Orwell did not actually have the rights to upload those books
Like
to
the legal
Kindle,
rights, or did
legal
George
right,
Orwell? Okay. Was he chill with it
like
though?
copyright. He's dead.
Oh, he was dead by then? Right.
Yes. Um, so what Amazon's solution to this, Jeff Bezos, his solution to this was to go onto everyone's private privately owned Kindle accounts, like Kindles devices, and
Uh-oh.
and
Don't look at
remove
mine.
remove all the books.
All of them?
Well, no, those
Those.
two.
Okay.
And everyone was like, well, he gave not him. Amazon gave everyone refunds. But that stirred up a lot of questions about like copyright and data privacy and private
Censorship.
property. Because there was a lawsuit and they were like, this is pretty much so a high schooler actually, I'm looking at myself in the thing. Can you tell?
No.
Looking in the corner. Okay.
What better place to look?
Facts. Anyway, a high schooler sued Kindle, Amazon Kindle, um, as like a Amazon stole my homework sort of thing.
Oh, English
Because
lit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. AP Lit.
yeah. And so it just raised questions about
That's
digital rights.
interesting that it was a high schooler
And it
because,
also, yes. Who else is reading though?
oh,
Um,
you
and it
got us
also,
there.
it's also um companies have complete control over digital literature as of 2009. And then
Anymore? Hmm.
what?
Oh my God, no, it's so delayed. I can't.
What?
It's so delayed.
It's only delayed for you. It's probably because
Okay.
your computer's about to die.
It is not. Don't tell them that. That's so okay. Okay.
Okay, so the breaking news is the Internet Archive. Do you know what that is?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But for everyone who doesn't know,
For everyone listening at home who doesn't know what the Internet Archive is, it's like a digital library where um
any
they
media.
they bought books and then digitized them and they lend them out to people like one at a time as if they only have that one copy of that book. And then you have to return the book digitally because it's a digital copy. And so it's exactly how a library works except digital.
They also have
Yeah.
movies and TV.
True. Um, okay. So that was controversial. So they were sued and they were forced to take down like 500,000 books because they were like, you don't have the rights to digitize these books. You have the rights to own the physical copies, which they were like, well, we own the physical copies and then we're doing what we want with them,
Which is digitizing them.
which is digitizing them, but it's our property, so we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, y'all didn't
But,
account for that, did
but
you?
it's
Yeah.
like, is that considered fair use under like copyright law?
Well, copyright law, when was that written? Before technology, right?
It's like it's updated.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say they should update it.
Well, this is happening now. So they're going to court because um, the Association of American Publishers said that the Internet Archive transmitted literary works worldwide while refusing to license the necessary rights from authors and publishers. So they were doing some international business. So the laws there are tricky.
Dude, but Spotify can get away with that. Spotify cannot pay their artists. Like this seems like a double standard.
See, the publishing industry takes like active steps to not do what Spotify did because Spotify ruined the music industry of like sales and
Oh, oh,
album sales. Now we're not buying albums, we're streaming songs. So the industry completely shifted, and publishing is taking active steps against that because that's why audiobooks on Spotify are so limited because publishing is like, you're not gonna do that to us. So,
no, no.
I don't
So are
know.
you team publishing industry?
This is controversial. I'm not sure
Oh.
because I am team library, but
Yeah,
I do see the like you have to obey the copyright law. That's
yeah,
intellectual property. That's yeah.
yeah. I would feel better about it if it was like I would obey if the author was like, "No, please, can you not do that?" I'd be
But it
like,
gets
"Oh my
tricky
God."
when it's
Yeah.
like it's a dead author, but their copyright's still in place.
Yeah.
It's still their literary estate. So it's like,
Yeah, but also if I was dead and someone wanted to read my shit for free, I would be like, "Yeah,
but what if you had like children?
I'm not I don't care."
Well, a
What?
lot of
Make
authors
money?
leave their literary estates to their children, which they shouldn't.
So
If
it's like a money
anybody,
thing,
if anybody listening to this becomes a very famous author and they have a literary estate that they have to leave to someone in their will, don't leave it to your
not
children.
them kids.
Leave it to your literary agent because they will disperse it as they see fit.
Fairly. Mhm.
And your children don't give a shit and they're going to do whatever is going to get them the fastest dollar.
I'm not even gonna write a will. I'm just gonna be like, fuck you guys. Deal with it.
You're not going to have anything.
Also, what happens if the author kills them? What? What happens if the author kills themselves?
Um, the same thing.
But what if they, okay, who gets the rights? Why did Ted Hughes get the rights to Sylvia Plath's journals? Because
Because,
he's rich.
yeah,
Ugh. Okay, so don't have kids, don't get married, protect your intellectual property,
you don't have
and
to do those things. Just write a will and write it smart. Get a
yeah,
lawyer.
I like to live in the moment.
Okay, you do you.
Or, okay, well, how do you feel about me downloading books online?
In what way? Like illegally?
I don't think it's illegal. It's public. Well, legal in what way? Like
Are you
federally
pirating?
or like it's a public internet archive, similar to the Internet Archive.
And you're downloading the books permanently?
I delete them after I read them though. It's okay if you hate it.
I'm like, that's, I'm, I
It's
am
the walk
pro
of life.
piracy, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. I,
I'd rather everyone have access to art. Wait,
I do think that's why I'm pro library. Like, I think literature should be free
I
forever.
heard a crazy statement. They were like, if libraries were proposed nowadays, people would be like, that's socialist. That's like
They
ridiculous.
are. That's literally communism.
And we're pro-library. We'll leave it at that. We'll
That's
do
all
with
I'm
that
gonna
what
say
you
on
will.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the breaking news in the publishing industry. Thanks for asking. Um, our other news. What was our other news?
Homo
Oh,
sapiens.
yeah. David Lynch died.
Oh,
Just
David Lynch died. Oh no,
oh,
no more David Lynch movies. It's not funny.
Homo sapiens. Those
So,
guys.
Quinn, do you know what Uncanny Valley is?
No, I don't think so. Please fill me in.
Well, luckily I wrote down the definition earlier today. Um,
Okay.
so Uncanny Valley is the psychological phenomenon that describes the feeling of unease or revulsion when something is almost human, but not. Now, I want you to keep that in mind as we discuss the history of mankind.
Yeah.
So, if you are a believer in evolution, you believe in Neanderthals and also Homo sapiens, which
Hmm.
there was some overlap there.
There
Anywhere
was.
from 1400 to 5400 years of overlap, which is
Yeah.
a long time. That's like,
Which we only found that out recently that there was overlap.
yeah,
They thought it was like
because
boom, boom, boom.
because do you know the evidence that there was overlap?
Like the dating, isotropic dating?
Well,
No.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Well,
Oh.
we found their bones, and so Neanderthals were like probably a lot stronger because they're more, how do I put this without getting canceled? Animalistic.
Like, oh. Well, were they, correct me if I'm wrong, were they upright or no? Homo
Neanderthals?
sapiens.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, they were the
they were.
first upright. Okay.
They just didn't have like language, I think.
They were
Like,
bipedal and they were omnivores.
yeah.
They, okay, but language to our definition versus I'm sure they could figure out like those are my berries, that's my
So
bitch, you know.
so that's actually segue. Um,
Mhm.
there were wars between Neanderthals and Homo sapiens.
Before men could even talk, they were
They were
fighting,
they were fighting.
probably over women and resources.
Actually, resources.
Okay. But
With
women were viewed as a fucking
territory,
resource.
that's true. Ooh, okay.
Sit with that one,
I'm sad.
feminists,
Um, over territory and resources.
which we still fight over, might I add.
Yeah, not much has changed. Um, but now apply that, right? The evolution to become afraid of something that's almost human,
Mhm.
Uncanny Valley, with being at war with a species that was almost human, but not, for maybe 5,400 years.
Mhm. You can see where it comes from.
You can see where it comes from, and everyone's like, oh my God, Uncanny Valley. I saw a post. I saw a post on Instagram about uncanny valley. No one knows where it comes from. It implies that um at one point we had to evolutionarily become scared of something that was almost human. And it was like, yeah, I solved that. You're welcome.
Yeah, so basically no dir. Um,
Durr.
I do want to
Durr
mention.
short.
Okay. Neanderthals did have tools, clothes, shelter, and jewelry. And I think jewelry is the interesting one for me.
Ooh, they
Because,
had that
and
many,
whether it was,
that's
that many what?
specialized labor.
Yeah. And they were still nomads,
Hmm.
were they? Yeah. Well, if they had shelters, but whatever.
They were like hunter-gatherer types, I think. I don't really
Yeah.
know.
Well, thank goodness we were born bipedal.
Were we? If we had to learn to crawl and then walk?
Well, so I heard that because we are,
Because we
it
have
actually has something to do with the hip ratio to our skull because our brains got bigger. We're
our
born a
brains
little
also got bitter.
deep. We were born like undeveloped compared to a horse. They come out and they're like trotting. Um, so,
Ooh,
but it's because like our hips had to get bigger
we
once
have to
we,
grow still outside the womb.
yeah, we do.
Mhm. Our bones aren't even together.
They're just floating around. Well, they're actually the fascia
Walling.
system is holding them, right?
I don't know.
Just
I hate science. I don't know.
that's great because we're talking about evolution. So,
Well, yeah, but I prepared for that conversation, so I'm good. But I didn't prepare for the biology of a baby conversation.
okay. Well, I think we'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Okay. So, Uncanny Valley, not to call, well, where do you stand on people using Uncanny Valley to justify when they just don't like the way someone looks?
I feel like it cannot be applied to someone who is human.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was just a misuse of the term. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, oh, yeah, misuse of words.
Right.
Hmm.
Maybe they're uncanny, but are they in the valley?
No,
No. Yeah, exactly.
this isn't the
I
valley.
cleared
This
that
is
up.
Glendale.
What did you? Okay, we'll
Kardashian.
rush past it. And then it comes down to, okay, I'm pretty sure symmetry, facial symmetry has always been pretty important for like natural selection.
Yeah.
Um, I vote that we move past that though. Order.
True. I second that. Even though my
Because,
face is perfectly
yeah,
symmetrical for the
yeah,
people to play a devil's
yeah,
advocate. Yeah.
right. We're looking out for you guys.
It's y'all. You're welcome.
If my eyes go cross-eyed, it's because I'm trying to keep track of all your jumbled features. Them, not you.
Oh.
They shouldn't be going, whatever. I don't want to talk about it.
Your
So,
next point.
right.
Hmm.
Ugly people or aliens?
Ugly people, I feel like, is naturally the flow of thought.
Okay. Well, no, I think it could go either way.
Well, we were just talking about asymmetry.
Okay. So, for the ugly folks, don't worry. We have a segment prepared for you all.
Shout out Ruben.
Oh, wow. We're doing shout outs. Okay. Ruben, this is for you. Um, who are you guys attracted to? Are you attracted to people out of your league? Is that human nature? Yep.
So I actually this I wrote this in my notes and then I didn't bring it up, but I did write this down. With it was there was interbreeding between the Homo sapiens and the Neanderthals, and then I wrote down correlation with women liking ugly men question mark.
Ooh.
So
Well, women do care less about looks. Like,
yes,
yeah. So
that's
it's very interesting because men act like we care a lot about looks.
because we're the shallow ones.
They're projecting, they're internalizing it.
Yeah.
So, well, how were they just because they were related, they were ugly, or like because they were related, they became ugly? And then
Are you talking about incest or
is that not what you're talking about?
no, I was talking about between the Homo sapiens
And the
and the
Neanderthal
they were inner
or Homo erectus. That's who I would be. Isn't that such a silly name? Like Erectus. Oh my God, guys. Make it more obvious that they're walking. Um,
And
I personally, I would go outside of my community looking for a mate, you know. I don't see a
it
problem.
depends on how big the community is. Like how big was the pool of people if I'm a Homo sapien at the dawn of time, the beginning of mankind.
It
Half
was
these
kind of
people are my brothers.
it
Like,
was kind of big,
I don't know.
I would think.
I'd be like, ah.
And before Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, they used to climb trees and then we lost the ability because we started walking. And I just, which would you prefer?
I still climb trees.
Okay, Molly just disproved evolution. Yeah, right. You're climbing trees with your blowout, dude. Please.
This isn't a
Please.
blowout. I curled it.
Is that not? But you blew it out first.
Well, yeah, but I blew it straight.
It does look really good, I must say.
No.
So, did the ugly people have access to straightening irons and curlers? No.
I fear they do.
No, back then.
Oh, well, they weren't invented yet.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they were only ugly because they
Oh.
couldn't do their hair.
Didn't do their hair. True,
But
my
they were
mom
wearing
always
jewelry.
says, if your
Is
hair's
it?
not done, you look unfinished.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about whatever happened to you're never fully dressed without a smile?
She never said that.
Yeah, we can tell.
Aliens,
Right.
do you believe in them? Yes or no?
Okay, we've talked about this separately off the record, but I believe that there are things and they're living.
So I saw this thing, and it was like, you're like one of your systems, your nervous system, your brain system, and all the brain nerves in your body. That's
Your
the only
brain
part
is
of
your
you
nervous system.
that's like you. And then everything else is like your arms, your legs, your muscles, your skin to like keep it all
It's
in
just like
form.
prepackaged dust, dude, because that's what it's
Just
about to be.
package.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, aliens,
Our bodies are
just the
alien.
nervous system,
Hmm.
another planet.
What are you going to call them? Maybe I just disagree with the term alien. Like, what if we just said, like, things?
Space beings.
Yeah. Aliens just seems a little bit judgmental.
Right.
And I know because it's like alien to us, we don't understand them. But maybe we understand, yeah, in quotations, by the way.
Air quotes around aliens.
And then the CIA is like, they're here. And then what do we do about that? Like, okay.
Um, do you think the government, do you think the US government like knows? Okay, first I want to ask you, do you
Mhm.
believe in intelligent life on other planets?
What does intelligence mean? Language,
Tool making, bipedalism.
fire, which
Yeah.
ties back to, um, yeah,
Yeah. Not even
yeah.
necessarily bipedalism, just like
What's it called?
language.
The Fermi paradox is where the likelihood of life existing or not existing is equally as scary.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
never heard of that before. Sorry.
Doesn't exist. Okay, moving on. Um, I
Um,
think yeah. And then if they are intelligent, back to your question before, if the government's talking to them or in cahoots, I don't think they would like the government if
yeah.
they've had a brain.
Do you think they built the pyramids?
That no.
Don't either.
Like sorry. Maybe they built the entire planet, but you want to really just pinpoint the pyramids?
God said, "Let there be light," but then he didn't create the sun until like the fourth day.
Idiot. Men going back on his word. And damn it, I forgot.
Um, I think the government, I don't think they've made contact because I think if the government's in contact with aliens, those aliens don't speak any of the languages that we speak. So it's just gonna be like waves.
You should watch Arrival,
I
Amy
think I've
Adams.
seen it. Is it
The
the
aliens are,
black thing and onto the earth? I've seen it. A long, long
yeah,
time
yeah.
ago when it first came out. I don't really remember.
I wish it was a little better because I think it would be very deep, but it was just like it just grazed the surface of depth. But basically, like when we could communicate with them, we immediately turned them into our enemies. And I think that is exactly what would happen.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
And then where are they in their timeline, their history versus where we are in ours, and would
Well,
that
then it's like then you're getting into like light years because like
yeah,
we could be communicating with them, but they could have been sending these radio waves thousands of years ago. Or
we just gotta wait,
yeah,
or they have to wait.
or someone's waiting.
I I would say with some degree of confidence that we're not the smartest species in the universe.
Okay.
Which brings us to our next point. Um, chemtrails?
You wrote that down and I was like, I don't I don't follow.
I don't either. I don't know,
Oh,
deal with it.
um,
Conspiracy theories,
rage
rage
bait.
bait, and propaganda. I think those can all fall.
I think let's talk about rage bait because
Okay.
that's been, I'm like, holy crap, I'm gonna get off of all of social media. I'm gonna, because it's like every other thing. It's either hate or rage bait, and it's like everyone falls for it.
Why is it so popular to be, why is anger get us so, why do we
Why do
hate?
we always react on anger? But
Yeah,
it's like
instead of just moving on.
it's just like it's actually not that deep. Move
You're
on.
more likely to leave a hate comment or hate review, but I think it goes for hate comments as well.
Yes. Yes. And it's like that's you're falling into their little trap.
I know.
It's like they're
Okay, do you think anger is the most powerful emotion? I do.
really,
Hmm.
I have a terribly poetic definition of love.
Wow. Do you
So
want to share it with us?
no, so I've
Okay.
never been in love before, but I have this idea of it that's
Uh,
like
but you don't think that the
I would say
most anger would come forth through
I don't
nothing,
know.
apparently?
I think it
I think anger and
I
love,
think
yeah.
it's different. I also think lust,
Passion. Passion.
passion
Also, these are just words,
is
and it
passion
means
can like yeah, is because passion could go it could be love passion or anger passion.
mhm,
So is passion even an emotion or is it like a level of
of
emotion?
mhm.
You know, if you're passionate.
But then it's like, are there just two emotions, happy, sad, and everything's just a level of that?
Well, no. I think it's I think emotion's really nuanced. And I
Hmm.
think you can't there are no opposites.
I think that all binaries in every single word should be deconstructed and not taken. Everything depends.
I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Everything's
And
black and white until it's not. Then it's a little bit gray.
it's all fun and games until no fun, no games.
I'm always saying that.
So, anyways, guys, what does it feel like to be in love?
Drop a comment down below. Um, hit up our Instagram page at
Hmm.
things you're wrong about.
Um, yeah, that's
That's it.
that.
Um,
But I think anger, because of the rationale, because of, I think it's probably the quickest or the most
mm,
instant emotion. Even though it can build up, I think it can, I mean, obviously be the most destructive.
the most, okay.
But then love could also, and like sadness,
But
yeah.
love is difficult because it isn't as instant.
Hmm.
So I see what you're saying, which because anger is more instant, is it more powerful, sort of thing.
Yeah, but then I'm like, I think built up anger is probably more powerful than spur of the moment anger.
Yeah.
And that's why war
So
exists.
what's more powerful is what we need to figure out. Built up love or instant anger.
Okay, so that could come down to we'll do familial love, right? Mother's love,
Okay.
mother's anger.
I know
They
which one I'm
literally,
scared of more.
they literally, that's so crazy. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah. Huh. We're getting hella philosophical.
No, this is actually kind of okay.
We're breaking barriers.
Yeah, and this wasn't even in our notes, guys.
Oh, this was straight off the dome. This was genuinely Molly Quinn conversation.
I thought that was the whole idea behind this entire
Well,
production.
we do formulate it a little bit. Last
Loosely.
episode, maybe not. A little bit crazy. We did a little bit more prep for this episode.
Yeah. So let us know if it was a success.
Let us know if you learned anything.
Do we have any more topics? I mean, I learned. Do we have any more topics? Oh, I did want to talk about space launches. What
Oh,
are we doing them for? And then when you look it up, it's for like Wi-Fi and data coverage.
satellites. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're all for. How many do we need? Do you know how much space junk we have?
So that's what
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is trying to do. They're like, okay, don't quote me on this. I could be making this up completely. But I think I read a very academic article, peer-reviewed,
Mhm.
um, about completely covering the like
Global coverage. Yeah.
gap with satellites as like a
Hmm.
barrier to protect us from the aliens.
I
So
knew we were gonna demonize them. Ugh, dude, but there's so many satellites already out there and most of them don't even work. And what do? They just stay in our orbit. You don't even want to know what it looks like. We're littering in
yes.
space. It's just, and then we have astronauts up there.
Why don't we just push them further into space?
We tried that.
Space
No, I
travel.
don't know.
Why don't we just launch all
Into the sun.
into the sun?
She'll
And
take care of it.
she would take care of us.
But, and then if all of the satellite coverage is at the liberty of SpaceX, which is Elon Musk's company, is that not worrisome when it comes to privacy surveillance and ties us back to our beginning statement?
At his core, this might be controversial. At his core, I do think Elon Musk is just a chill guy.
I wouldn't say chill. I
I
think he's
think I
a
think he's just
dweeb.
like, let's just see how far I can go. You know what I mean?
I know, but his privilege has allowed him to get that far, and that pisses me off.
Yes, but like
His brother said that he doesn't understand empathy.
maybe he's a little bit of a psychopath.
Well, no, no, he's like genuinely autistic. And we love
We love
ASD.
autism.
No, we love it.
But
I'm a unnamed friend.
however, unnamed friend. Shout out Maxwell.
Why are we doing shout outs today, dude? Okay.
Um, I'll tell you
But
after.
I think that's a huge part of it, and that's why he's like kind of not a human.
Yeah, yeah. I
He
do think
like,
he's just so into it that
yeah, he's a
he's
nerd.
detached,
Yeah.
desensitized. And
And then probably a bit greedy.
like I think he's just like, I have the money and I want to do it, and
Yeah.
it's scientific advancement or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do it.
He's into that. He loves it. But I do think he should grow up a little. I think he's a man child, and I wish he was more mature about it. But I'm not his therapist, so
And on that note,
we love you guys.